John got George's milk and changed for church. Not surprisingly, George never got off the bed and was soon fast asleep. John went downstairs.
I'm sorry, but Abby doesn't want to go, so that's that.
But it's not fair.
I know you had a lot planned. What were you going to do?
Oh, this and that.
What's going on, Dennis?
Abby has decided not to go with you. Your daddy's cheesed off because that was going to be the time he could do all the useless things dads do and not get nagged.
Unlucky.
Perhaps Abby could help you.
Oh,
This can only end badly. Can I come with you?
Don't be daft. There is one thing you can do, though. In about 10 minutes, tiptoe upstairs, sneak into my bedroom, and then bark really loudly.
But isn't George in there?
Oh, yes.
Oh, he's not going to be happy.
That's the plan.
Peanut butter sandwiches later.
As many as you want. And when he jumps, if he hits the ceiling, doggy treats as well.
Oh, yippee!
With that, John and his mum were off. Now, two things. First, many of you will be wondering what John's dad would be doing while they were away. You'll need to ask your own dad that question. He'll know. John always conjured up a picture of his dad, in only his underpants, dancing around the living room, eating a large bar of dark chocolate, and singing his favourite country and western tunes. An odd picture, to be sure, but one that cleverly links in with the first episode. Dad obviously didn't suffer from soft brain, but perhaps that's where the seeds were sown. As you kids know, it always comes back to being the parents' fault, doesn't it? Secondly, I know that not all of you will go to church on Sundays, and we here at Eric the Dwarf wish to make it clear we don't hold that against you in any way. Each to his, her, or its own. John himself only went as he enjoyed singing the hymns at the top of his voice, and nobody complained how out of tune he was. As they drove along, John tuned his mum out and thought about everything.
Witter, 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 witter.
Yeah.
Witter, 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 witter.
Yeah.
How do? Don't turn around, John. Just listen to what I've got to say. I've been thinking all this through, and I need to give you some useful backstory so everyone will know what's going on. As you know, my name is Eric, and I'm a dwarf. I'm from the land of dwarfs. We dwarfs live very happily together, thank you very much, unlike you humans. Now you also need to know we're part of a group of worlds of different races that can travel between the worlds by way of transmogrification, or magic as it's known for short. There is a world for goblins, though I wouldn't recommend a visit there, elves, unicorns, werewolves, zombies, witches, etc. Basically all the creatures you know about in your legends. And that's because we all visit your world from time to time for a variety of reasons, and of course being seen by people with soft brain. Over the centuries, these worlds have become aware of each other's existence, so now only your world is out of the loop. Pretty obvious why. Part of my job is to monitor and report on signs of improvement. Problem with you lot is you seem to go forward and back at the same time. You invent marvellous things like peanut butter, hair combs and lava lamps, and then you spoil it all with things like war and road rage and talking loudly in restaurants. Very frustrating, you know. You've come so close at times and then suddenly you've invented country and western music and it's back to square one. So there you go, that's the story. Phew, that took a lot of brain power, I can tell you.
I can imagine.
Sorry, dear, what did you say?
Nothing.
Okay. Witter, 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 witter.
Right, where are we off to now?
You know, Mum, I'm really looking forward to church today.
That's good.
Very clever. Looking forward to a good sing-song? Better start my warm-up exercises now. La la la, la la la. Red lorry, yellow bananas. Red lorry, yellow bananas.
Now, we realised that was a lot of information to take in, particularly for those of you with small brains. So, you will find a full transcript of said information on our website, www.ericIsAnIdiot.co.uk. All one word. Now,
Hang on a sec.
what?
Is that the name of our website?
Eric is an idiot? Yes, why?
Who gave it that name?
No idea. I agree, it's catchy. People will remember it.
I've had enough of this. Cedric is giving me a hard time back at the fort. He's still not forgiven me for the whole sock farrago.
Word of the week.
Farrago, a complete shambles, an embarrassment, a disaster from start to finish. Educational or what? Anyway, I then have to wait for ages to get to my bit, and now this. Right, I'm off.
Where are you going?
I'm going to see the big cheese upstairs, sort a few things out.
I think you need an appointment.
Rubbish, he'll see me.
Ah, right. Well, bit of a problem, really, as we still need Eric to carry on. I suppose I could fill in?
I don't think he'd like that.
No, probably not.
Oh dear, still no sign of Eric. I hope he doesn't do something I'm going to regret. What shall we do in the meantime? Good idea. We'll call in on Dennis and George. Lighten the mood.
Oh, yes, please do bow down before me. It's the only sensible thing to do, really. Oh, all right, if you insist. You can bask in my glory.
5,998. 5,999. 10 minutes.
Please, please, take the dog or the humans.
Oh, sorry, George. I thought I saw a squirrel.
Huh? What? Oh, you silly dog. Why would you think there'd be a squirrel in John's bedroom?
Why not? Have you looked at his bedroom lately?
Good point. Even by human standards, it is pretty shocking. However, I'm still not convinced. What did it look like?
Oh, you know. Squirrely. Bushy tail, piercing blue eyes. Moody, but knows his way round a nut.
Okay, fair enough.
Sorry again, George. Oh, I think I got away with it. Peanut butter sandwiches, here I come. Or PBSs, as us hipsters call them.
Cheerio, Dennis. I suspect foul play. I will have my revenge. That dumb dog will rue the day he crossed paths with me. Oh, yes, the wrath of George will rain down on all. Just finish my beauty sleep first, then watch out for the wrath.
Sorry to interrupt, but Eric's finally returned.
Right, that's sorted that out.
What happened?
I have an appointment a week on Thursday.
That told him.
Shut up. He would have seen me, but he was late already for his hair appointment, and he didn't want to upset Frederico again. You know how Freddie gets if he's kept waiting?
No, I don't, actually.
Nor me.
Me neither, but I felt as if I should, so... A week on Thursday, then we'll see who's boss.
OK. Shall we get on?
So, Eric, been to church before?
I'm here most weeks. It's just, well, you can see me this week. As I said, if you'd been listening, part of my job is to observe human interaction. You know how nice or horrible you are to each other, that sort of thing. So I go to a lot of places, watch and report back. You know, it can be quite difficult with you lot telling if someone is being nice or horrible. Someone will say, nice hat, or lucky that colour makes you look younger. But in fact, they're being horrible. Confusing.
Yes, we humans are a complex lot.
Not really. You humans are a lot of things. But complex? Nah. We dwarfs are straightforward. We say something and we mean it. Like the colour of your shirt doesn't suit you. Now, I'm not being horrible or nice. That's a human trait. I'm just stating a fact, and that's that.
How can you make comment looking like that?
Looking like what, dear?
Nothing.
Careful, you'll give the game away. Your mum is more intelligent than she looks.
Are you sure?
What about?
Nothing.
Look, John, please be more careful with your comments. I should report this, you know, but if I do, Cedric will have me shipped off somewhere else. Probably have me the dwarf ambassador on the goblin world. Not a good place to be. Severe danger of being eaten. So, I'm just going to carry on if you don't give the game away. Actually, it should help me do my job better, as you can explain sometimes what's going on.
Okay.
What's okay?
Stop talking, please. Now, this is really important. Can you promise not to tell any other ooman about me? If you blab, anything could happen, and none of it will be good. We can knock it on the head now, or we can have lots of fun and adventures and stuff. It's up to you.
Eric's voice didn't really echo like that. Just a bit of artistic license there to highlight an important moment. My idea. Like to bring a bit of my creativity into the project where I can. Sir Larry always welcomed my input, although he reserved the right to ignore it, which he did most of the time, actually, come to think of it. I thought my idea of putting a musical number into Hamlet involving two uncertain bumblebees an absolute winner. Well, you see, they walk on and start singing. To bees or not to bees, that is the question. Yes, that's exactly what Larry said. He'd never heard anything like it either. He wanted me locked up. To stop anyone else stealing the idea, you see.
Pardon me again, but are we actually going to finish this episode anytime soon? It's just my dinner's in the oven, so I can't be too late home tonight. We haven't even got into church yet, and there's lots more gubbins to come.
Fine, we'll get on with it. Touchy. I agree. You'd think he was a star or something. I don't carry on like that, and look at me. I'm so gifted it really shouldn't be allowed. But do I go on about it? Do I talk endlessly about my talent, mention my star appeal constantly, shout at the top of my voice, I'm bleeding brilliant? No, I do not. Well, yes, I have now, but I was just making a point. Anyway, back to Eric, John and Mum, who have been sitting in church a while now and reached an exciting part of the proceedings. The sermon.
This week I'm going to listen to the whole sermon. I'm determined.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I read in the papers yesterday...
Yes, papers. That's interesting.
...about the latest footballer who has done something silly.
Yes, football. I like football.
And that reminds me of the story in the Bible.
Yes. Bible.
John then slept soundly until a rousing hymn woke him up.
Dear Lord and Father of mankind, forgive our foolish ways. Reclothe us in our rightful mind.
What? Oh, rats, I fell asleep again. In deeper reverent praise. In deeper reverent
Barney, stop now! It's horrific! If you carry on, I'm leaving.
Okay. Anyway, we can talk while this racket is going on. I've thought it through.
I thought you were asleep.
I've thought it through and I've come to a decision. This is all a bit scary, really, but it's too good an opportunity to turn down. I agree I'll help you and not tell anybody, and maybe in return I can get my world into the loop and find out what happened to all my socks.
Fat chance.
What?
Nothing, go for it.
Right. So what now?
Shake.
Right. Shake.
So they shook, and that was that. The adventure had well and truly started. There's no going back once hands are shook. And it's only taken 2 episodes to get there. Not bad. Not good, but not bad.
Right then, let's start. What do you want to know?
Okay. Country and western music. Reality shows. Red cabbage. Fat men in cycling shorts. Why? Hold that thought. I'm wanted elsewhere. It's Zonko time.
That's irritating. I'll need to have a word. Otherwise, something tells me he'll do that at inconvenient and dangerous moments. Like now. What's Zonko?
Yes, indeed. What is Zonko? You'll have to tune in again to find out. I think that's what they call a cliffhanger. Okay, more of a hillock hanger, but there you go. Anyhow, I think that's about your lot. Kinda 2 steps forward and 1 step back this week, but not every episode can be a killer, you know. Still, plenty of good stuff. I agree. We got deep and meaningful in places as well. Hamlet, peanut butter, fashion disasters in Lycra, all that stuff. No, can't say I understand much of it either. I thought it was just me. Oh, hello, Dennis.
We finished then?
Yes.
Not much for me this week. But I suppose we can't be stars every week. Cup of tea?
Don't mind if I do.
Got any peanut butter sandwiches? John did promise me, but he's not back from church yet.
Actually, yes. There you go.
Tar. Marvellous. Better than chasing squirrels. You should have seen George fly through the air when I surprised him. Just like one of those flying pigs people always go on about. He was not happy. Going well?
Not bad. Not bad. I think they'll be back next week.
Who?
The listeners.
And I expect lots more deeds of doggy daring do.
Probably.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Fine job you're doing as well.
Oh, Tar.
Oh, yes, indeed. Any more butties? Tune in next time, everybody, for another exciting episode of Dennis the Dog. Right, I'm off. Someone mentioned Zonko.
After 4. She was the milkman's daughter.
Oh, I love this.
The Dairy Queen. A cowgirl with an attitude to match. A 6-foot boss-eyed Venus who never looked my way. Scrum half for our local rugby team. She was the apple in my pie, the icing in my cake, even though she never made no sense. One day I got my courage up and went down on one knee. Before she kicked me into touch, she said, "Oh, the custard stops here. Oh, you're out on your ear. Where's the beer? Oh, where's the beer?" I think that's what she said. "Oh, the custard stops here. Oh, you're out on your ear. Where's the beer? Oh, where's the beer? Why the beer?
Why the beer?
Oh, why the beer?
Oh, why the beer?